Welcome to Armchair Safari, the daily live stream where we try to become better designers by finding a piece of design online somewhere, something that we can learn from, and we pick it apart. We look at it and we go, what's good about this? What should we take away from this and use in our own designs? What is not so good about this? What should we try to avoid in our designs? And most importantly, does this work for the end user? Today is, I was going to say it's a special episode, but I feel like I've been overusing that. It's kind of a special episode because today we're learning from Figma, um, which is pretty hardcore since Figma is pretty much leading the digital design world right now. Anyway, if you want to join in, if you have any thoughts, there's a chat somewhere around this window right here. If you don't want to chat, if you just want to see what I'm talking about, then the links are in the description below or in the next post, depending on where you're seeing this. So now let's jump right in. So first off, I want to say thank you to Billy Sweeney because he's the guy who made this, who pointed this out to me. I guess like just shared this on X. But anyway, like I saw his post, so thank you, Billy. He also worked at this apparently at Figma. So that's pretty cool. So here it is. Here is the new eyedropper tool. Now, if you don't know, like an eyedropper is a tool you use to pick out colors in a design or from your screen, which is super freaking helpful when you're trying to pick out colors for all sorts of things. And the eyedropper tool in Figma has been pretty basic for quite a long while, I would say. Actually, maybe could I like quickly just make a screenshot of what this looks like? Let's see if I can. I should be able to. I pick. Yeah, that sucks a little bit. Let's go with that. Oh, I can't actually show too much of this. This design is not public. There we go. And oh no, the actual eye picker is not on the screen. That's a bit annoying. Let's see if we can put this here. Nope. Okay, never mind. I can't show it to you. So just imagine that what you're seeing in Figma currently is this little tool. And then there's a circle, which is the zoomed in version of what you're looking at. And you're just picking out a color. That color ends up in your color palette selector. But this looks way nicer. Thankfully, though, Anna Boyer, has released a little video to show us what it actually does or how it works. This is probably Anna. Hey, Anna. So I don't think you can hear that, so I'm just going to turn off the sound, and then we're going to watch this together. And look at that. Boom. So I didn't actually see. What is it you open it with? You hit Control C, and then immediately it drops out. Oh, cool. So it's moving around to make sure it's not in the way of what you're doing. You can tab between different formats. So you can have the hex or the HSL or the RGB. And if you're reusing it, oh, that's very cool. That's very cool. So you're also seeing this, which is your palette color. If this is a palette color, it pops up here. If it's a variable, sorry, it's not a palette color. I think it's called a variable. Whatever. And you can select this by hitting Shift. So Command C to open the thing, Shift to click this, and Tab to change between different types of colors. Sounds pretty nice. It's floating around on the screen. That's also very nice. And the box itself. Hello? What are we looking at? Okay. Pop up. Okay, so she's selecting this one, getting this color, and applying it here. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so I think we're seeing the same thing over and over again. It is a good video. It's just that we don't need to see it 15 times to talk about it. Here we go. So this is actually, there was a better example later in the video. Yeah, here, right? Yes, so this is the zoomed in version of that. And it shows the highest level of zoom in Figma, which tries to create like pixels or tries to approximate pixels. So you can literally pick the pixel color that you're looking at. And yeah, if it doesn't have a style, you actually have the option to create a new style, which is pretty cool, Command Shift, and it just floats around with you. I find like this just seems super freaking useful. So as the intended end user, I'm gonna start the opposite way around of how we usually do it. But as the intended end user, I think this is a really good end use. I think this is really good for the end user. For me specifically, I mean, it doesn't really help me much. Like the difference between the tool today and this tool is not going to be a world apart. But what it does do, it makes it way easier to work with variables, and just having this video to remind me of the keyboard shortcuts helps a lot, to be honest. And also to be able to pick out HSL values immediately. It's really nice. Yeah, no, it's a solid update. Not like it's one of those nice to have features that you like wish all of your tools had the time to get around to. So I'm glad to see that. Glad to see somebody thinking about this because I don't think the eyedropper tool has actually been updated much since Windows 95 or something. So very, very, very happy to see that. So what's good about this? Well, the good part is that it's no longer taking up so much of your screen real estate, which is very nice. It also follows the cursor around, which is really, really nice. Makes it easy to work with. It's very discreet. Figma's UI is super discreet, and they're really doing this really well with this one as well. Um, it also provides a little bit more context to what you usually have when you pick out a color. Um, Connecting your color choice with your variables in your palette is a really, really nice way to contextualize that this is something that is you already are using or something that you're already working with. I love that. It's super helpful. I have had this issue previously in several projects where we're like looking at a design and it is on a page of a project that has a design file that has the library of colors that we're using, but everything is disconnected. And the reason is they use the color picker to pick out the color. And it's just very frustrating and they can take a lot of time to relate. So I'm very happy that that's part of this. Very nice, even though it doesn't force you to use variables. It's just an added function, which is very, very nice. Also, really love the fact that it picks out and shows you hex values, HSL values, and RGB values. Because I don't know about you, but I'm constantly working with HSL and HSB values, and just being able to see what I'm looking at immediately just removes this extra step, which is very, very nice. So very cool in general. So what's bad about this? I don't know. Is there anything bad about this? There are actually a bunch of things that are a little bit interesting here. So the color picker zoom in is way smaller. I mean, but none of these things are the same. So I would love to know like what is the grid we're working with here. Also, these border radii sort of match. They kind of harmonize, but these don't, which is super strange to me. Super, super strange. Love the color picker though. It's absolutely beautiful. Um, so there are a bunch of choices here that I don't feel like I completely understand. Maybe the offset is to make it feel more centered, and it kind of works a little bit. But yeah, yeah, it's also very so I suspect this Do we have a color somewhere? This doesn't even have a grid. Oh, no, it does have a grid, and yeah, it is. The border radius is exactly 1 pixel of the zoomed in mode, which is very interesting. I love how clear the pixel you're actually selecting is. That is very, very nice. Um, Being sort of vague about this was a major problem. So I can't remember which editor it was. It had this problem and it was super, super annoying because you had to like reuse the tool like 6 times. So being super clear about this is really, really nice. Um, love the um, Love the bolding of the thing you're actually working with. Excellent choice. Yeah, I don't know. Don't really think there is anything bad to say about this. Don't think there is anything that I would avoid in my own design. I am like I'm a little bit confused about why some certain things don't line up and why everything is it looks like it's handpicked. Like every margin padding and border radius is like super handpicked. But then again, that might just be on cue. It might just be like this was the literally the most beautiful thing that we could make, and I'm completely fine with that. Figma's UI is extremely beautiful, beautiful in its simplicity because you never notice it, which is exactly the point. And this feels like it's completely giving me the same vibe. It's going to give me all of the features that I need very easily without me having to do anything. So, not really a lot bad to take away. The good, a lot of the good to take away. And like I said, totally works for me as an end user. I suspect a lot of people will feel the same. I cannot imagine anyone feeling a lot of change aversion for the old color picker because it wasn't that great. So good job, Figma. Excellent. You have a continued job in the future as the Figma wouldn't. All right, cool. So let's check in with the chat. Anyone else have any thoughts? Anything that I missed? Otherwise, let's just wrap up. Nope, no one in the chat has a thought, so let's wrap this. Thank you so much to Billy Sweeney for highlighting this and for working on the color picker. Good job. And to Anna for making this video and just teaching people about design. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Figma, for investing in designer tools. It's very, very, very appreciated. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Armchair Safari is a daily live stream where I try to become a better designer and bring you with me. Today was Thursday, which means tomorrow is Friday Fun Day. So tomorrow is not a day where we're doing a review and learning something. Tomorrow we're just looking at awesome designs together. So if you have any awesome designs, ping me. I'm on literally everything except Threads. I don't want another Facebook account, but I'm on everything else. And ping me any cool design you've seen, and we're gonna look at it tomorrow and just enjoy. Bring a beverage of choice. Anyway, we're doing it around this time every day, every work day, not every day. And yeah, that's it. Have a good one. Bye bye.